Hello, everybody, and happy Monday, the 18th of August. How are you all doing? I hope that you are well. Norman Jennings here, your spiritual guide and empowerment coach, coming in with this week's energy forecast so that you can have a heads up, so you can navigate the energies, and so that you can make the most of them. So it's slightly, I feel like the energy has shifted again. There's a feeling of change coming in this week. Really looking to your potential, clearing things from your life that no longer align. That could be people or situations. We're coming into Virgo season. I believe that starts on Friday. Virgos, in theory, are organized and like to take action, like to take charge. So it's kind of like a reset. So this week's inviting you to start looking at what action you need to take to implement some of your intentions and goals. Also, we're at a real point of change or point of choice now, I feel. So, we're coming towards the end of the shadow period of Mercury being in retrograde. We are heading, as I said, more towards Virgo season. We're also heading to an eclipse season, and eclipses are all about shaking things up. If things aren't in alignment for you, if things aren't working. So better that you kind of make your decisions as to what action you're going to take and take control a little bit as much as we can. Then the eclipse is coming in and doing it for you. Yeah. It's not to say they can't help you, which is great, but maybe if you can take responsibility, take charge of what it is you want to change, then there's less likely to be as much upheaval, in theory, in eclipse season. Okay, so there's a new moon on Saturday, that's in Virgo, and again, it's asking you to really be purposeful. And this deep purpose as well. So it's asking you to stop messing about, actually. And it feels like a lot of us have learned a lot of lessons over the last few months. And for a lot of us, things have really been shaken up. And what we thought was true maybe isn't anymore. And perhaps where we thought we were safe, we're not anymore. Whatever being safe is to you. So now it's either you decide to move forward and be the new version of you that you always wanted to be, or you don't. And if you don't, then you'll stay in the loop that maybe you've been in for a very long time. Whereas if you start to move forward in the direction of the new you, because we're not the same as we were, then purposefully, then things should start to improve for you. You should get more opportunities coming in which are in greater alignment with where you're heading. So a lot of you may have already received kind of nudges and feelings and guidance that, maybe your work's changing, maybe your personal situation's changing, maybe you just need to let go of the old. And although you may have said, yeah, okay, I'll do that, maybe you haven't yet. So this week is inviting you to really consider those changes and to make them if you can. Eclipse season does start on Saturday, but we're not really, we don't have an eclipse moon till the full moon, which is just in nearly 3 weeks away. But we will be in that energy. So really take some time, especially early this week, to muse, to ponder on what it is you want to create next in your life. Okay. Um, yeah. Hi, Kez. Yes. So you might not fully on that. That's the other thing. You're right. So Kez is just saying here, I've had an energy shift last week and she feels excited, but doesn't fully know what it is yet. Yes. And I think a lot of us are feeling that. So we just have to we just have to be in that trust and faith that we know what's coming is better for us. And it can actually feel for a lot of us that everything's crumbling. So everything that we once knew, as I said a bit earlier, is being taken away or has been taken away, or maybe we've let go of it. And that's fine because it's all for a reason. But then it can still feel uncertain, can't it? Because you don't know what's next. And even though we want change, it can be scary. So, am I inviting you to step into trust this week and faith? I'm also inviting you to really listen and look out for the nudges, the guidance that you're getting. I'm also asking you to be a bit more purposeful. So, rather than just waiting for things to happen, starting to take action. Okay, as we've just said, you might not know exactly, where you're heading, but you can take steps that align with a new version of you. So what do I mean by that? So if every day you can just tune into you when you're making decisions, and if they feel right and it feels good, then you say yes to those decisions. If they don't feel right, then you don't say yes to them. And that's quite simple. That's quite a simple way of aligning with your new highest purpose now and where you're heading, if that makes sense. And it could be as simple as, somebody asks you to go somewhere and you say, you tune in, should I do that today? And if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. But if it does, then do, because it could be an opportunity coming out of that. You never know. You basically need to follow the breadcrumbs. Yeah, it is actually, Karen, it's actually a good time to be looking for a new job. So, and again, I know it's, you want a new job, you need, you want it to be paying, you want it to be providing you with what you need financially as well, but also tune in to whether it's going to be something that you want to do when you're trying to make your decisions about jobs too. Yeah, so a lot going on. There's been a lot going on for a long time, but this week it's really about now, okay, I've been through a lot. I know things are changing. Might not have all the answers yet, but let's take baby steps in the right direction. And one of those baby steps is to tune in to your intuition and all your guides every day, to make sure you're making the right micro decisions every day. Because the more of the right micro decisions we make, that will lead to bigger and better things opening up for us. So let's just bring in my guides now and see what else they have to say about it. So yeah, it's time to get planning. That's what I'm feeling. It's time for a new diary. Did anybody ever used to get the mid-year diaries, the academic diaries? I used to love those, the ones that started in September. So I always felt like my new year was September. That could be because my birthday is September, I don't know, but it yeah, I just feel like there's a newness coming. Right. All right. So yes, Almond's getting excited, as you can see, about what's ahead. So we'll just share something on her behalf. She won't mind. So she too is going through some changes, and she knows she has to make certain decisions and choose herself more, for example, and only to agree to what brings her joy and happiness, but also to really step into her deeper purpose. There's more coming, there's bigger things coming her way in terms of what she's here to do. And that's the same for a lot of you. That's why we just shared it as an example, all right? So you know there's more coming. You know that it could be that better job. It could be something deeper in your business. It could be a slight change of direction in your business or your personal life. It could be massive change, but even if it's slight, it doesn't matter. It's still change. So just follow those nudges, follow those insights. You've been trained for this. You've done a lot of work for this. You've healed your stories for this. Yes, we know there's work still to be done. Yes, we know it takes effort. But staying in your comfort zones will just keep you in the same loop on repeat, and you will not feel like you're reaching your potential. I'm not going to say full potential because, you know, that's an ongoing theme in people's lives, right? So this week you're really being invited to do a bit of planning, to really dig in deep to find out what it is you want to do next. And even if you don't know exactly what steps to take, as always suggested, just tuning in each day or each moment when you have a decision to make you're not sure about, as to whether it feels right or wrong for you, is a really good start. And ask, you know, is this going to take me in the direction that is for my highest good, for my fullest potential right now, right? I can sense these changes. I know they're coming. I accept them, but I'm not sure of I'm not sure what it is, and I'm not sure which way to go. And just notice how you're being guided. It might seem a bit strange, but actually it will work for you. It's all happening behind the scenes, or it has all been happening behind the scenes, but now it's going to become more obvious, okay? Especially with the Virgo new moon coming up and Virgo season, which kind of asks for order, organization, a bit of a plan. Better to be planned a bit before the eclipse energies start really coming in and changing things up. The eclipse energies will support you as well, all right? Especially if you're walking the path you're meant to be walking, all right? They will help speed it up for you, okay? But if you're on the wrong path, then those eclipse energy, may well feel like a disruption, but they're actually clearing the way, okay? When we were tuning in with Olwen earlier, we saw the Tower card in the tarot. Oh, we showed it to her, rather. And that's how it feels, things falling away. But actually, a lot of you have been asking for this. A lot of you have been asking for it to fall away. And the reason it's falling away is to make way for the new. And it's all good, even if it feels uncertain at the moment. So we want you to take some solace from the fact that if you're following your nudges, you're doing everything right, okay? But if you're ignoring them, then you may be in for a bumpier ride in the next few weeks, okay? So we'll leave that with you. All right, so hopefully that made some sort of sense. Sorry if I sound a bit nasally, I've got a bit of a sore throat and things. But yeah, I think it's all about trusting this week and setting, writing down what it is you want and making a plan. Really, that's really good, Vicky. Brilliant. Yeah, don't search too hard. It's there. Just tune in. That's all I keep getting shown. Tune in. Is this the next step? If it's not right, don't take it. It's the way we're being It's the only way now. It's the only way. We've been heading this way for a long time, but it's actually the only way now. Excellent. Oh, I'm so pleased with Vicky. Hi, Regina. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have an amazing week. And I will be back. It's bank holiday in the UK next Monday, but I still. Oh, actually, no, I probably won't be here next week. Sorry, because I'm traveling back from somewhere. So I'll be back the week after. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.